Hello, guys. It has been so long now. I guess it's been, I think, almost 3 weeks. It's forever and ever. And I'm sorry about that. I have been traveling, so I'm not sorry about that. But then, and I think I was sick too. Okay, anyhow, here we are. Today, I will paint something similar like this. I made this yesterday. This is inspired by an artist whose name was, or is, I mean, his name is, but he's dead. Anyhow, Morten E. Solberg. Well, it sounds like a Swedish name or a Danish name, but he was born in Ohio. So I guess you would say Morten E. Solberg or something like that. And he, I haven't read a lot about him because I'm not really interested in bios. I'm more interested about where is someone from and what do they do. And he has this painting style that is, the ones that I like the most, they were like semi-abstract and then with very, very realistic and detailed animals. And they are really stunning. You should go and check them out. So this was inspired by that. I don't know his painting process more than I know that he's a mixed media artist and that he sometimes has used watercolor for the background and then he paints in the detailed animals with gouache. This one is totally made in watercolor. And I will also show you today some of the stuff that I got from MEEDEN Art. They reached out and asked if I wanted to try some products. And I said, yes, please. So I'll give them a review. I'm not paid to say something specific. I just got these things for free and I will give my honest opinion of them. The first thing that hit me when I got these things was I think it looks very like graphical art, you know, like printing something. This was a porcelain paint palette and it's really huge. And here is the palette. Nice. I do like these porcelain palettes because I think the color, they don't puddle as much as they do when you use plastic palettes. And we will put some color on here. Something, what's this? Gamboge? Maybe perlin green. It's kind of nice. Perlin green. Gletscherbraun. So it's not really. Where is the? Is it Van Dyke brown? I think. Here is something. That's not it. It's sepia. That's fine. We can take that. This is Van Gogh, and put a little bit of that there. These brushes. These are. Why is it so dark? Is it dark? If I turn on the light, is it better? Maybe you can see a bit better now. These are detailed brush set. So there's a 2-0 or 2 times 0 size, 2-0 and 3-0. And I have to say the difference about, and this is, if you look at this one is also 3-0, but as you can see soon, these are shorter. Because I would say that the other one I have is some kind of liner, and these are not liners. They do not specifically say that it has to be for watercolor. I think, let's see, it says medium acrylic, watercolor, oil, gouache. You could basically use it for everything. Nylon hair, aluminum and wood handle. Okay, So we will use them for some detail. We'll have to make some space now because the paper was quite big that they sent me. And there will be a link later where you can get 10% off with the code, my name basically. I'll put it in the description. And this is the paper. Cold press, 100% cotton. The size I got was 16 times 12 inches or 41 times 31 centimeters. Just by the looks, I have to say, I have not painted on it yet, but just by the looks, it actually reminds me a bit of Bao Hong. Just saying, as a... Okay, so, and here we have this first paper. I know that some people say that, ooh, sorry about the noise. I know that some people say that you should remove the paper. I don't do that. I really love these blocks that are glued on all four sides. I think I just love them. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to make a deer today. I think I'll just start a painting similar to the one yesterday, splatter around a bit color and maybe add some trees and just see where this goes. I haven't really planned. And I can't use the detail brush right away, right? So I will start with something bigger, and I have this old brush. I have no idea where it comes from, what it is. I think I do remember that it is squirrel, so I think this is natural hair. It's I guess it's a mop. It holds a lot of water, and I will start by spraying my palette a little bit. Now you can't see my palette, right? No. Oh, that's fine. I think most important is that you can see the paper. But I wet the colors a little bit. And I can, I can spray a little bit. Just spray something like that. And I just mix the color a little bit more water. And without thinking too much, that's not what was supposed to happen. It's way too little water. That was what an anticlimax. Okay, a bit more like this actually. Okay, something just... And let's put in a bit of yellow as well. And this is nice now, because now I can I have this whole side and just mixing and blending, and so the palette I already like. It's really nice. And I want these lines to be there, kind of like that. A bit brown. Okay. I think I'll just leave it there. Yeah, I think I will. splattering is always so nice. I think I really like that. And now we wait and let it dry. Okay, it has dried. I'll use a little bit of white gouache. Can put it in the corner of the palette. And the palette is really sturdy too. It's kind of heavy. Okay, now I do feel actually that I should put some animal here, or Okay, here I have the 3-0. It is quite firm with a good tip. Let's try to just make a little bird. See how that goes. You look kind of dumb there. Hello, we're flying just in a perfect line next to each other. And then you start making the mistake trying to fiddle more with it. Okay, 3 stupid birds in a row. Yeah. Just adding some lines. I feel probably, maybe I'm not using them for the white peppers now. These are, as it says, detail brushes. I think if you were to make the face of a deer or the ears, or you know, tiny little details like that, would probably have been better. I'll try that too. Yeah, it's not giving the finest lines. It's not like really, really, really thin. So I definitely think this would be great for if I would make a little fox here or something. You know, filling in a not too big shape, like a little body or something. I can actually do that. I can. I'll have some reddish, I think it's the Magic Wizard. Can kind of just put it here. The levitating fox. The ears need to be bigger. Oh, it looks like a Cornish Rex right now, not like a fox. I don't have a reference right now. I'm just doing this because I do know how a fox looks, except I don't. But you can see it. Why not? It can be a cat. It's fine. It's an animal. By the way, I have been changing my name on Instagram. Oh yeah, and you see, it worked way better for this. So for thin, long lines, I would still say take a liner. But for these, making smaller shapes like this, it really works nicely. It looks like a fat fox. big tail will save the day. Just making it a bit bigger, and even bigger ears. Bigger, bigger, always bigger. Always go for bigger. Bigger is better. Okay. Now it looks like a levitating fox. Yeah, levitating trees. I'm not called Levitating Trees anymore on Instagram. I changed my name into Magic of the North. And I will change my YouTube channel to that too. I think the Levitating Trees, when I came up with that name a couple of years ago, I thought it was, yeah, it sounds cool. It sounds like a rock band or something. But I've realized that I think I want to go more in the direction of my northern heritage. I'm Scandinavian. I live in on a beautiful island in the Baltic Sea. We have loads and loads of tales and the northern mythology, and I think I'm going more in that direction. And I think it's good if the name is depicting that. So I will change it to Magic of the North. And so don't be surprised if Levitating Trees suddenly disappears. And my Ko-Fi will be changed into that too. And speaking of Ko-Fi, I would love if you want to support me there. For now, there's only one of the videos, the longer videos in the shop that you can buy for €3, is where we paint a magical wood with an owl. I hope you can't. In the background, it's my kids talking. Kids are like they are. I told them that I was making a video, and everybody was like, yeah, we'll be quiet, and then they're never quiet. But I mean, it's you know, this is my life. I am a parent who I have 3 children. We are all neurodivergent, and I homeschooled them, not because I love it so much, but because school, otherwise it didn't work out. School doesn't work out. So I'm trying to get it all together, making time for making videos. I know I talk a lot about it, and then I will put out stuff on Etsy, and then I will, and it's, everything is very slow. But so just so you know, that is the reason, because there is quite a busy life in the background, and the uttermost priority really is homeschooling the kids, getting them through the school system, and that takes a lot of time. And I'm trying to get to the point where I can see this was a little bit too small to make. I wanted to make a few splashes. Now, splash, for God's sake. Well, it was a little bit. I think I need a bigger brush for that. And I will make a little hill or something, or a rock. I think I'll make a little rock, because right now the fox is just floating in midair. Let's see, I take something like this. It's a little bit bigger. And just to give it a few red splashes. Oh, that was a lot, but it's fine. It's just so that this is not the only reddish thing in the painting, but you want something else so it harmonizes. I'm trying to get to a point where I actually can make somewhat of a living of this, making videos, selling my art, getting supporters on Ko-Fi. So if you go to the link in the description, I would love for you to support me there. I have the Morning View tier that is €1 a month, and that is basically the equivalent to buy me a coffee. You will support me. I post every now some pictures there, and I will later on in future I will maybe make another tier, but right now I have this just as the lowest tier, and whenever I feel I have a video that is good enough to be put in the shop, I will put it there for around €3. Yeah, so that would be great. Now let's put a little white here. I like the paper. It's very It's nice. I like the texture. And again, I really love that it's in this block shape. I definitely prefer that. Now let's put something here so the poor thing has something to sit on. I have so many ideas for different these creatures in Northern mythology. I've also started to paint bigger on bigger size canvases in acrylics. I think I have been too afraid of doing that before. So at least it's not floating anymore. Now I think I have to pause and go and tell my kids to be a bit more quiet. See? Good that I'm not in a live video. And I also like, look at how beautiful this turns out. That looks so cool. I immediately get the idea that one could take a photo and then print it out, and then you use this as the backdrop for your painting, and you just add in a little bit, like this could be trees, and this could be some kind of also a tree scenery, and this could be a cave. Yeah, so many ideas. Now I'm using the size 1. I think it needs it to be a bit darker here on the back. I can't stop looking at these stupid birds. I kind of like the rest. I really didn't like the birds. But that is, I mean, at least I am at a place now in my life where I can feel, what, it doesn't matter. Next time they'll be better. I don't know, should I put a little tree here? Can make some splashes there, maybe. The sparkly stuff. I think it needs something more. Can't really think of something right now. Yeah, why not? Let's embrace our inner Bob Ross, right? But what he says, always be brave, and trees. Let's put a little tree here. So again, I'm using, this is probably not the best brush, but I'm still using this. Just some little thing. this is the part where I would say, you know, I say it, I think in my bio, I'm calling myself the Hugh, like Hugh Frolic, which is a word I came up with because I think it shows what it is I'm trying to do. It's basically just playing around with colors. If you don't want to call it painting, because painting is too emotionally loaded, like, oh, I can't paint. But we can all Hugh Frolic. We can just play around with colors and see what happens. And you might not always like the result, but if you just like a little part, say now that if I really can't let go of this here, I could use, I could cut this out, right, and put it in tiny frame, or I could cut this out. And you know, we've talked before about putting a mat on it, and suddenly it looks like something different. So we need, I keep saying that, and I really believe that we need to create something that we can like, because I'm not a fan of these just play around and it doesn't matter if you get it wrong, you just start again. No, because you will feel I've ruined this paper and it looks like shit and I don't want to paint anymore. I'm not going to waste this paper. I'll just give it all away, or I'll sell it or whatever. So something in the painting needs to turn out in a way that you at least can find that, well, that was okay. I think I can give it a try again. And if you use the method of finding the smallest piece in the painting that you actually do like, keep that, cut it out, throw the rest away, make papier mache of it or whatever, and you will gain more and more Selbstvertrauen, Självförtroende, self-consciousness. No. Oh, I know the word. You will gain more. You know what I mean? When you feel like, yes, I can do this. Confidence. Is it confidence? You get more confident. Yes. So is this the best tree I've ever made? No, it's not. But it's something. It's a little gnarly tree. Maybe we can add some soft pastels and some more V-shaped birds. In my universe, the birds like to be in a V shape. That might not be very realistic. But it's fine. I decide how they are to look. Maybe I'll just put in a lot of them, you know. So in the end, it's like Hitchcock's birds or something. Okay. I think I will actually put, when this has completely dried, I'll just put a little bit here and there, some soft pastel details to give it a little bit of a glow. I like this part, I really do. And the paper is not really buckled a lot. And now I didn't really completely drench it in water, right? But yeah, I like it. I like the paper. I really like the palette. I like the brushes, even if I'm not really, I think I haven't really used them for the right purpose. I would even, you know, I just come to think about, do you know Warhammer? Very long time ago I played Warhammer, and we like to paint the not the 40k or whatever that's called, the traditional with the orcs and the high elves and stuff like that. And we always painted our little the figurines, and I feel these would be great for that, for paint, or maybe if you do something in polymer clay and to paint on something three-dimensional. So I might just do that with these, because I do have polymer clay. I like doing little sculptures and stuff like that too. But now I will let this dry completely, and then I will add some small details with pastel. Okay, and you guys who have been following me for a while, you know what sometimes happens when Malin gets out the soft pastels. Yes, let's not do that today. Don't go completely bonkers. Just a little bit. And no, I never seal my paintings, even if I add soft pastel. I have read that several professional soft pastel artists, they never do. They say that nope, no matter how you try what to use, it always kind of changes the outcome. So they don't do that. Okay, just some tiny, again, just so the eye finds something similar in that color. And I don't know, should I put some small leaves? I hope you like this. I think I'll make different versions of this. I really love this painting style, and I mean, I really want to get better at making realistic looking animals. I have to practice that, so you can actually practice that with me, right? Oops. And again, I'll have a link in the description to my Ko-Fi page. Please join and be a supporter. €1. You know, it's so funny. I think I've mentioned it before. €1 is really not a lot, right? It's, I don't know, here, what can I get for €1? Maybe a roll of Mentos. I don't think I can even get chewing gum for €1 here. But if I think I have 7,000 something followers on YouTube, and of course you all don't even see my videos. I know how, I know that. It's just sometimes you think, wow, just imagine if only 10% of the people would join for €1, I would get like, I don't know, I think because payment is through PayPal, and I think they take half of it or something. But I mean, at least I would have like €350 a month, and that would be woohoo! It would be amazing. So please go and do that. I need to be better at selling myself. I think I suck at that. I think this is one step in the right direction, changing the name from Levitating Trees to Magic of the North, which might seem like just a very small thing, but it's somehow, for me, it's also showing the change, that there needs to be a mental shift. I have to be okay showing myself more, talking about my art, being able to say, you know what, yes, it's actually worth paying something for. Even though the most amazing thing, and I say it again and again, when you write to me and tell me that you are so glad that you have found my channel because you feel like you can finally start painting and you have the courage now to do that and you enjoy it, and you cannot imagine how happy that makes me. It really gives me so much joy. But as a friend of mine said, yes, Malin, that is true. You still have to make some kind of living. And the problem is, in the situation I am now, I can't make a living otherwise than with my art. That is, at the moment, the only thing I have. and I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't even say it's the only thing, as if that is something bad, because it's not. I mean, I do like my art. Is it the greatest art ever? No, of course not. Not everybody likes my art. But I think it has its place. I have, throughout all the years, I have been on Instagram and seeing a lot of artists, and I know we are a lot of artists who start with these spontaneous landscapes paintings, but I have never seen someone do what I do. And that also gives me some kind of courage to, you know what, Molly, yes, you do have your place in this art community. And now maybe I'm heading towards too much again. Yeah, why did I do that? It turns into the, remember the video where everything, when there were the Smarties fairies? I think this is it. I think this is this might be the Smartie fairy tree. And by the way, now, I mean, the fox is way too big, right? It should be way smaller. Okay. One more, just one more. Okay, that's, I'll just stay there. This was not, I did not know it would turn out like this at all. But here we are, a big fat fox sitting in a forest in Scandinavia, looking somewhere beyond into the deep whiteness, and being happy about its life. Yeah, I'll keep practicing until I get better at this, but it was a good start. And let's sign it. Someone said it's really important, you should always sign your art. I don't have a lineal, a ruler. I don't have a ruler. I just use this. This can work as a ruler. And thank you very much for MEEDEN for sending me these things. You can use my code, Malin. There's a link in the description. That will take you there. And they do have, I must say, they do have the most lovely easels. They all look great. I mean, I don't have one, and so I can't judge whether they're good or not, but I think they look great, like big and sturdy, and yeah, that was that. And again, look how beautiful these colors turned out. It's really nice. So the palette is very nice. They have a big range of different palettes. There's a big range of different sizes in the paper as well. Go check it out. And oopsie. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate a lot that you are here and that you take the time to comment and to give feedback. And see, now I had dirt on my fingers that I put here. Oh well. And have a lovely day. I will hopefully see you soon again. Bye-bye. A very quick update. It has been a day in between. Of course, you don't know that, right? For you, this video just continues. I was so unhappy about how the tree looked. So at first, I made the version that you see in the photo. I just made it a bit darker. I actually asked my youngest daughter, she's 9 years old, and I asked her, what do you think? And she was like, yeah, it's nice, but it's like something, I don't know, I think the tree's too light. It's too pastel-y somehow. And I said, oh, you think it should be a bit darker? Yeah. She said, I think it should be darker. And then I made the tree darker, and it was kind of still off. It was still too small. It was still weird. So I let it rest a day. And today I basically just went all in and decided that I'm just gonna make it big. So I just blotched in way more color and made it a really big tree. And I like it better now. I still think it was not at all what I was after. If you remember the picture in the beginning, the painting in the beginning was something like that I wanted to do, but it just didn't really work out. And I think that is also the charm in working with paintings in this way, that you can change the direction and just do something else. Don't hold on too much to something specific, like, oh, I want this to be like that, and then suddenly it doesn't work out. And as you can see, the 3 little ugly birds disappeared. So they're not there anymore. I mean, they're there if you look very closely, but they're kind of hidden now. So yeah, I like this better. I think I could still go for maybe adding like some sparkles, make it like this is some kind of sky and have stars in it or something. I think I'll leave this as it is for now, and maybe I will in future do something more with it. I don't know, but I'm more happy the way it looks now. Let me know in the comments what you think. Did you like it best in the beginning when there was just the fox with a little tiny tree? Did you like it with the pastels? Did you like the darker version? Or do you agree with me that the last version now is the best? With that said, not that this is the most amazing painting you've seen me do, but yeah, let me know. Okay, thank you for watching.